The NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin, but we don't know what these UAP are.
But you know what people have always said about NASA? Its nickname? Never a straight answer.
NASA has a statutory authority to look for life in the universe. And with the James Webb looking at the exoplanets, we are now beginning to discover. And somewhere out there, we will discover another medium-sized stony planet around a medium-sized sun or star at just the right distance, not too far, not too close, with a tilt in its axis that rotates, that has carbon, that will have a habitable atmosphere.
It's an obsessive arrogance which permeates science. You know, for 1800 years, people believed we were at the center of the universe. Along came Copernicus 500 years ago and said no. He couldn't even feel free to publish it in his own lifetime because of not only the stigma, but the danger of doing so. He said no. Planets revolve around suns, as we know. Along came Giordano Bruni and said there's suns, the stars are suns, there's life out there on planets around suns. And we know what happened to Galileo. He had to recant. So dangerous was it less than 500 years ago to say that. So what about the search for alien life now? The same arrogance permeates our science today. They will say science is completely open-minded, looking at the facts. Why then is it that they say that life out there has to be exactly the same as life on Earth? The exoplanets that they're looking at, I think they found 50 or 60 at the moment, which could sustain life as we know it. They're ruling out the possibility of life as we don't know it, but that's where the life is. So once again, they are saying, if there's life out there, it's got to be like us. If we can't live there, nobody can live there. That's an assumption, and it's permeated science, it's permeated NASA, and our whole approach to alien life. In my book, UFOs and the Extraterrestrial Message, I quote the British astronaut, Dr. Helen Sharman. In The Observer magazine on January the 5th, 2020, she was quoted as saying this: "Aliens exist. There's no two ways about it. There are so many billions of stars out there in the universe that there must be all sorts of different forms of life. Will they be like you and me, made up of carbon and nitrogen? Maybe not. It's possible they're here right now and we simply can't see them." And she's spot on there. Of course, life doesn't have to be carbon, nitrogen, and all the things that we require for life to exist. Life can be multi-dimensional. Life can exist on Mars, on Venus, on Jupiter. We've got to get away from this arrogant egocentricity that we can't live on Mars, so nobody can. We can't see life on Mars, so it's not there. UAPs have proved that. They've proved the power of invisibility. And in the recent Congress hearing, there was reference to life coming down to a lower dimension. And they're starting to get there, but just like Copernicus, just like Galileo, at least we're not burnt at the stake now, but we are ridiculed. There's still a stigma about saying that life can exist beyond the parameters of our life form. And that's where science should go. That's where I believe it will go. But we're going to have to open our minds to get there.